So, we are ranking Jane Austen men. Um, Not all the men in Jane Austen, but like the ones that we're interested in, the main characters. Um, and since we've not read all the books, I've read Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, Northanger Abbey, and like the first part of Emma, but we've watched like a ton of movies,
Oh
and I don't
yeah.
remember which ones have you read.
I've only read Pride and Prejudice for school, and then
Mm.
I think I did try to read it again, like a few years later. But then, of course, I read Sense and Sensibility, I think, but my reading comprehension when I read it probably wasn't the best, so, you know, take me saying I
Yeah.
read it with a grain of salt.
So we're basing this off of certain movies. So in no particular order, we have, and some of the dates could be wrong, but it's about there. The Northanger Abbey from BBC. That was either 2007 or 2006.
Oh my
We have
gosh.
Persuasion. I know. That was a while ago.
Oh
We have
gosh.
Persuasion BBC from around the same time. Um, Pride and Prejudice 1995. Mansfield Park, which was not BBC. I don't remember who did it, but it came out like 1999. Um, Sense and Sensibility 2008 BBC. Emma 2020 version, which I love the one with Johnny Lee Miller, but and I also like the 2020
Oh, the
version too.
Johnny
I
Lee
think it's really good.
Miller one's really good.
Yeah, but you specifically wanted the 2020, so that's fine.
Yeah, I have, and Emily will agree with me. A lot of newer, like Regency movies, I have not liked. But the 2020 Emma in particular was super good. Like it definitely exceeded expectations.
Well, I think like the problem, which I didn't watch the new Persuasion, not that Persuasion's my favorite, but like it just seemed like they were trying to modernize it too much, the
Yeah,
Netflix one.
there
So
were
I didn't even
things
watch it.
like that were
But like
not.
the Emma, oh sorry,
Go ahead. You can go ahead.
the Emma in the 2020, it didn't feel like they tried to modernize it to like
No.
obviously when you're adapting something, you are thinking of the modern audience, but it
Yes.
didn't feel like super inauthentic. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like they did really good at making it almost a comedy too.
Yeah,
And
yeah, they
I
did.
think I could be wrong. Wasn't like the original Emma supposed to be kind of like a little bit of not satire, but like it
Are you
was
talking about
supposed
the
to,
book?
yeah, wasn't it supposed to be kind of more like not
I
edgy
feel like
but funny or something?
that one is more. I mean, because of Emma's personality, she's very
Yes.
meddling. So there's more. Well, I don't want to say more drama because each of them has
Yeah.
drama, um, so for the characters, the men of Jane Austen that we're going to be ranking, and this is not in a particular order. Um, we have, of course, Mr. Darcy, Wickham, and Collins. We have Mr. Tilney and John Thorpe, Captain Wentworth, Mr. Elliot, Edmund Bertram, Mr. Crawford, Edward Ferrars, Colonel Brandon, Willoughby, Mr. Knightley, Mr. Elton, Mr. Churchill, and I think that's it.
All right.
We're not doing Sanditon or Lady Susan because those were unfinished, and we don't want to get me started on Sanditon. We may
Oh
have to
yeah.
do a separate rant.
Yeah, we should do
uh,
hot takes with
yeah,
Paladin about
yeah, hot takes with Paladin on the stupidity of Sanditon season one ending.
yep.
Okay, I'm gonna stop, or else,
Yeah.
yeah, or else, you know. Okay, so we have, so that was 16 men. And as a full disclaimer, and I think I speak for Katie too, we are not fans of Persuasion. Now, maybe we just watched the
No.
wrong one, but we've only seen it. I've probably seen Persuasion maybe 3 times total, which is not a lot for me compared to the massive amount of other times I've seen some of the other
Oh
films.
yeah.
And then Mansfield Park is another one. I've watched that one more, but it's not one of my favorite stories. So
I think
I don't know if
I think we both watched it probably like 3 times or so.
yeah, I think I probably watched that one a bit more um than that, but
I mean, I
I
did
don't remember
like,
where I was
and
going though.
Emily's
So
gonna be
if we
Emily's
what?
gonna be rolling her eyes. I liked Fanny.
Okay, here's the deal though with that Mansfield Park. I know that's not my favorite story, but I know that Fanny is not anything like she was in the books in that movie. They made her like way more modern
Oh
and
yeah,
witty and outspoken, where in the book she's kind of like a doormat. Like
I knew that was coming.
I didn't read the books, but
It was either
I've seen two other versions of it.
you're gonna call her a doormat or a pushover. I knew it was coming.
I
One of
mean,
them.
yeah,
I mean, if the
but
boot fits, Emily's thinking.
anyways, so we're gonna start best to worst. So we'll have our top five. We'll have like a mid tier, and then we'll have scum of the earth. So, Katie, do you want to go first with your? Why don't we do top three first,
Okay,
and you can explain.
so my top three were Mr. Knightley, Mr. Tilney, and Mr.
Is this in
Bingley.
order?
Yes.
Okay. Do explain.
So Mr. Knightley, I had to put first. So I've always, Emily can back me up on this. I've always liked like the funny, like witty guys like on TV shows. But you know, I'm a mature woman now. So, like, I like Mr. Knightley because he's very calm and, like, collected. Like, I think specifically I loved the 2020 version of Mr. Knightley because in the older BBC version, you do get the sense that him and Emma are, like, almost, they do have the sibling dynamic. Um, in the sense of,
I
wait,
don't want to go there.
Emily,
I
wait,
disagree. I'll
wait,
let you finish.
wait. No, in the sense that, because she does say that he's like an older brother to her. Remember? In
Yeah, but
the
it's more like a family friend.
yeah,
Like you can
but they're
tell they've been
close. Like, but
friends
it
for
does
a
feel
long
like
time.
they are like almost not related. But you know what I mean?
Which,
They're really close.
yeah, I know. If you think about it, it doesn't age well modern
No,
because he's a lot older
he is.
than her.
My point with that is
Poor
no,
guy.
no, hang on. My point with that is in the newer one, it is very much they are friends. Like you get more of a sense that they're friends. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Do you get what I mean?
I get what you're saying, but the other version
They
with Johnny Lee
seemed
Miller
they
has a
seemed like
special place in my heart.
yeah, no, I agree. They clashed like siblings though. Like the
I
whole
don't.
thing, their fight, like how it was written, the fight with where Mr. Knightley comes to tell her that what's his name, Robert Martin was gonna propose to Harriet or did.
Yeah.
Like that is a complete sibling fight.
Uh, I
Except
would
for the
disagree
ending
with
of the
you.
fight. Huh. Huh. And then of course Mr. Townley's just obviously great. He's just very easygoing, good character. Um, I don't really know how to describe Mr. Townley. He's just great. I feel like that can just describe him. Emily's gonna hate me
Yeah.
for the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can already feel her judginess once I listed the three. Um, I love Mr. Bingley. I feel like he's such a underrated character. He's so nice. He's easygoing. I mean, he's just a sweetheart. I feel Emily's judginess.
I'm trying to debate if I say something now or I'll probably just hold my thought to when I get to him.
Oh no. Oh, my horseman. Bring it now.
Quick man, wow.
Yeah.
So my top three, pretty similar. but number one slot goes to Tony for me.
It was hard.
Yeah, it was hard, but I feel like Tony's very open and funny, like doesn't really have anything to hide. He has the same interests as Catherine, and like they're talking about novels, which I think was really cute. But just the fact that his father, obviously this is gonna have spoilers, guys, so don't listen
It's
if you
been
don't
out for
understand.
100 years. I think we're
Yeah.
okay.
Too bad. When he finds out his father treated her so poorly, sent her back in a carriage without a chaperone, like just because she wasn't as rich as he thought that she was, and he confronts his dad about it, and then the dad's like, I'm gonna threatens to disinherit him. He's like, fine, just so that he gets disinherited. He gives up his money. He just has his little living, but he did that and he took a moral stand
That is true. That's a
and
good point,
to be
Emily.
with the woman that he loves. So he has to go above Knightley just for that reason alone. To me,
And I do
I
feel
feel like
like I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I do feel like I need to
no, you go ahead.
explain that I do love Jane Austen movies. Like I love like the whole atmosphere, like the etiquette and everything. But Emily, this is Emily. Emily loves like this was her absolute obsession.
This
So
was my
she
obsession.
has more
Yeah,
like better articulated, I would say, opinions about this
I
than
don't
I
know if
do,
I'd go that far,
where
but
I can just kind of be like, yeah, he's a good guy, and this kind of be like, okay. But yeah, that explains, well, Emily's just better at explaining stuff than me too, but if this makes more sense though.
yeah. Um, yeah. Anyways, um, then in the second slot, Knightley. So ours are just flipped.
Yeah.
I love the friendship dynamics. Obviously, the age didn't age. That didn't age well. The age didn't age well. But if we put that aside, because that was not uncommon at the time, I just love the friendship dynamic and how honest he is. Um, and I feel like he's really thoughtful too. Just like solid, wise character. Um, yeah, I think he's cool, pretty cool. Um, and then in the third slot, I have Darcy,
I
which
knew that was gonna
if you
happen.
would have told so like young Emily, Darcy would have been at the top
Mm-hmm.
because I like to believe that I was like Elizabeth Bennet, you know. But now I feel like unfortunately part of me has become Darcy. So I don't know. But Darcy to me can't go higher, and I actually almost had him at the number four slot,
Oh
which
wow.
really surprised me. Yeah. But it's just in the beginning, he is very proud. Like, he's rude. Like, his behavior is not good. And he's very, high and mighty. Like, he
Yeah.
sees himself as this gentleman, but he's not really acting like a gentleman. But then, just the fact that after he proposes to Lizzie, and she tells him, you know, that he wasn't behaving in a gentlemanly like manner. Just the fact that that shook him so bad, like bad enough to like change because that's not how he wanted to be perceived and
Mm-hmm.
not how he wanted to be. That even though he didn't know that he'd ever see her again. So you can't just say like, "Oh, it was all for Lizzie." Like he didn't know if he was ever going to see her again or cross paths with her.
Yeah.
But the fact that just her perceiving him as like not a gentleman and then he's examining himself and so willing to change and like try to better himself, I think that's a really good quality.
Yeah.
And then of course, there's the witty banter, and then just like his willingness to right wrongs. Like, I mean, of course, when Wickham ran off with Lydia, of course he went to go find them for Lizzie too. But also, he also felt a responsibility because he didn't like warn people about Wickham because he wanted to keep things private and was proud or whatever. So he had like a willingness to right his wrongs. So I think, yeah, that's why he ended up at 3. But I almost put him at 4, which really surprised me. But
I wonder though now
um,
who was it that was gonna replace him?
who do you think it was?
Hang on. It was Mr. Collins, of course. No.
God,
um, was it
exactly.
Colonel Brandon?
It was,
Yeah.
yeah. He's my 4 slot, and I mean, he's like really dependable, and the fact that he didn't give up on his first love, and I think the details are kind of shady to me because it's been a while actually, but just the fact that like I know that they were like he wanted to marry this girl, but then I think his father objected and he got shipped off to the military or had to go to the military or whatever. And then after he fought, like when he came back and was searching for her and finally found her and then was willing to take care of her child, like that's a lot. And then of course
Yeah.
he's really generous. You know, he offered Edward a living when he had heard that Edward had gotten disinherited for, when he was engaged to
Yeah.
Lucy Steele and they didn't like it because she didn't have money or whatever.
Yeah.
And he offered their like a living, you know. That's really nice.
It's so funny,
And then,
Emily. Oh, sorry.
oh,
I
go
didn't know you
ahead.
were still doing. Go ahead.
Oh no, I have notes. It doesn't really matter. Just that he's a more like dependable character, and then the fact that he has an interest in music and poetry, I think, is really interesting too. Because I feel like, I mean, Tilney was interested in novels and stuff,
Yeah.
but I feel like for a lot of the guys, like that's not as much an interest for them.
I didn't think
So
about
I
that.
thought that was
That's
interesting.
yeah. Cause you definitely don't see them like I mean, there were some interest, like you said, for Townley specifically, and then I think unless it was just in the movies, like Mr. Knightley and Emma had like similar interests,
Yeah,
but it was
yeah.
like
I
not to
guess
the
I don't mean
extent of like music and poetry kind of
like
thing.
a passion for it type
Yeah.
of thing. Like, so I thought that was really interesting. But yeah, I had him at number 3, but I couldn't do that to Darcy. Just something in me just couldn't put him at
You
4.
never forget your first
Uh,
love.
Anne of Green Gables was a gateway
Well, I was
drug,
about
and
to
then
say
Pride and
Gilbert.
Prejudice was the
Yeah.
second one that led me into Austen.
Yeah.
My obsession. But yeah, who was your 4?
My fourth was Mr. Darcy. I mean, because I mean, it's Mr. Darcy. I can't.
Yeah.
Same thing like you. He did make up for his mistakes and stuff, and it's kind of like it does show his character more than just being
Yeah.
like I changed for a girl kind of thing, or he
Yeah.
had no. I'm not saying like you said. He had nothing in it like to try to do it for the sake of someone else. He did it because he knew, like, when Lizzie said that, he knew it was wrong, kind of thing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a bit hard because you and I, like I said, we share similar opinions about
Yeah.
stuff, like
Well,
within
not about the person you put
Mr.
in number
Bingley.
3.
Yeah. And then I did
Anyways.
for number 5, and we can compare from number 5s to. I did put Colonel Brandon.
Okay. What was your reasoning for that one?
It it's like I said, for me, like of course I think like Pride and Prejudice. Why am I just blanking on it? Don't know why. Mr. Tilney. It's Northanger
Northern
Abbey.
Abbey.
Like
Mhm.
that, and then Sense and Sensibility. I've watched the most. Like those are the movies we've watched a ton. But still, it's like I haven't watched Sense and Sensibility a ton. But it really got to the point for me on the list where I was like, which character do I know the most about, kind of thing, and actually like the qualities in the character, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I was struggling too because so like my number five. Now this could totally change if I watched it again. I put Wentworth just because I had some strong objections to everyone else left on the list.
Yeah.
But Wentworth, I didn't have a strong objection to, but I also don't have like any strong feelings for him.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Because we didn't really. And I want to watch the other one that's a little bit older. Maybe I'll like that version better. Um, I think it's a few years older, but it's free on YouTube right now, I think. So I may try to watch that and see if maybe just the version that we watched for some reason I didn't,
Was
maybe we didn't like. But
okay, was Persuasion the one that had the girl that jumped off the dock? Catch
yes,
me.
but I put Wentworth at five just because I feel like now I could be wrong because it's been a while, but he knew what he wants. He's not easily persuaded, um, and he worked hard to make something of himself. Because I'm pretty sure. I mean, at the beginning, the objection was that he didn't have enough money, like he was of lowly
Yeah.
or lower according to them standards. I don't know. I don't know that he was in poverty. I could be wrong, but he joined the Navy and like worked hard to work up the ranks and made something of himself. Um, so I think like that good work ethic says a lot. But I feel like if I watch it again, the ranking might change just because there's stuff that I'm sure that I'm not remembering.
Yeah.
That maybe there was something I didn't like about him that I'm just not remembering. I don't know. But
And I do feel like maybe you can agree with me. Now, past number fives, we probably would just be fair to say that it's kind of like, not kind of more indifferent, maybe would be the word for us.
yeah, so I feel like so for me I had a top 5 and then number 6 through 10 was kind of just mid
Yeah.
for me compared to because some of the other ones are like
Yeah.
the other tier I called scum of the earth
Yeah.
because
We had a
I
hard
just
time
it
when
would be awful.
we both we obviously we didn't know the list our list ahead of time before filming, but I
Yeah.
messaged Emily and I'm like, once you get to the slimy dudes, you just kind of have to rank them based on the guy who did the least slimiest thing, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess so. So I guess my ranking of the guys, just in general, I don't know that I said, but I was kind of basing them off like how morally good they are
Yeah,
and just how much I like and enjoy them as a character. Um,
that would be the same with
so
me.
there is some standard that I'm using to judge them, but then the other standard that I'm using is completely
Bias,
subjective.
yeah.
Yeah, biased. So yeah, but
Yeah, you know it's
okay, so
bias for me if I put Mr. Bingley at 3.
yeah. Okay, that's a good segue. I'll just go with my number 6. So number 6 for me is Bingley. He's friendly. He's good natured, generous. Okay, I feel like he's a better dude in my opinion than any of the other ones left. Okay, so he gets number 6, but he's just too easily persuaded, and he needs more of a backbone. Like the fact that his friends and sister, I mean, the sister, I mean, your family has a lot of. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it would be a bad idea, not to date someone in
But,
modern day
you
clothing
know,
because your family or friends hated them, but it just there wasn't any grounds for it, like other than the money situation. I just feel like if that's who he loved, he should have had more of a backbone.
understandably though, like it's interesting to think about cuz like within that time for him to have listened to his sister, like that would have been a big deal, right? Like cuz I mean, usually a woman
The
wasn't.
sister, though. Oh, I get what you're
Yeah.
saying. The opposite.
Yeah, it would have been like for
Well,
him
think
to.
about the sister. Ugh.
I know, I
So
know.
domineering and manipulative.
You know what I mean though. I
Yeah.
could be wrong. Is that
So
right though?
you're trying to equate that back into some type of strength that he
Yes.
was really
He
sensitive to
was,
what his
yes.
siblings. No. No.
And he listened to
The
Mr.
fact that you
Darcy.
could rank him higher than Darcy, I don't know. I mean, obviously he's a very friendly, outgoing person, but like I feel like he doesn't have as much substance as I would want. Like compared to like all the other guys that went before him on my list, I just yeah, he's too easily persuaded, in my opinion.
Okay.
But who was your number six?
So I did, and like I said, this just kind of got to the indifferent. I did do Edward Ferris for number
Okay.
six because I mean, he did. I'm going off of the movie. I don't remember what happened in the book if it was the same. When they figure out he's engaged to Lucy Steele, he does get disinherited from
Yeah.
the whole fortune thing, and he was gonna marry her even though he did. I mean, this could be questionable, but he was gonna follow through on the marriage with Lucy Steele even though he did love
Yeah.
Eleanor. Like he was gonna honor
Yeah.
that. So obviously that's good character. And then of course in the movie he gets upset when he figures out how dirty his sister was to like her and the brother like kind of just made them poor and didn't do anything to help them, and he
Yeah.
actually feels bad.
Their promise.
Yeah.
Now, so Edward Ferris is my number seven, but I have bigger beef with him than you do. This is where I start to get opinionated.
Okay.
If I wasn't opinionated already.
You get a free
So,
hot
like
take with
I said,
Paladin today.
the fact that he stuck through, was disinherited to stand by this promise that he made Lucy Steele to marry and was prepared to marry her, even though, you know, he didn't really love her.
Yeah.
I mean, that does say something about his character. However, and in that movie they do, I feel like, try to make his manners like likable. Like he's more of a likable, they tried
Yeah.
in that movie. Like more likable. But the fact that he acted in the beginning toward Eleanor very open and available, while he knew that he was secretly engaged.
So you're
I
kind
feel
of,
like
it's kind of like how
in,
Frank Churchill was.
yes, I feel like that was not okay. And the more I thought about it, the more I didn't like it that. Because to me, if he's secretly engaged, like he shouldn't be going on special walks with Eleanor outside. You know what I'm
That
saying?
makes
Like
sense. Yeah.
that's just not okay. But
No,
yeah,
I
that's
get that.
my number seven. Then my did you go with your number seven?
Yeah, because it was. Oh wait, no, I didn't.
Okay.
I did put Edmund. Is it Bertram? Did I spell that
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. I I don't remember much of the movie, but I do remember, and I mean, it's Johnny Lee Miller. Of course, I had probably carryover feelings because of him playing Mr. Knightley in the BBC one we watched. But I do remember him being like really nice, and like he in the movie that we watched, uh, and he like didn't like the way his aunt treated Fanny, kind of. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm struggling here. I don't know the right words because it's
That's
like I don't
okay.
remember much.
Yeah, he's my number eight slot, so I'll just start talking.
Oh my gosh,
Of
are you
course,
serious?
yeah.
We're like one off from each other. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Bingley threw it off. It was about to be exactly the same except for the switch with Mr. Tilney and Mr. Knightley.
Well, and Wentworth wasn't.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, so for him, and I did rewatch some scenes from there pretty recently. But okay, obviously the cousin love is pretty hard
Oh, that's true.
to
Yeah.
ignore.
Yeah.
The first
I
cousin
forgot
love.
that they're first
Bleh.
cousins. Yeah.
But okay,
Oops, sorry
putting
about
that
that.
aside, since at that time that was acceptable, thought it was okay. Putting that aside, we'll pretend they're not cousins, okay? I feel like now again, I could be wrong because it's been a while since I've watched the whole thing. I feel like because he wants to be a clergyman,
Yeah.
and I feel like he presents himself or tries to be a very much more moral person. But then Mary Crawford comes, and it's like all of the ideals that he had for himself, like all the. I feel like he just puts them aside just because he has the hots for this lady. Like,
But I could be wrong on this. In the movie, he does, because she just says something about him changing professions, and he says, no, I'm going to be a clergyman, like, very firmly. Like, I'm not
well,
changing
yeah,
that.
but then doesn't he kind of. But then he, like. So, like, the whole thing with the play. He
Yeah.
knew it was wrong to do that play, like, it was inappropriate. The father wasn't home but would not like it.
Yeah.
And then she like goes into Fanny's room and he's there and he's like pretending the part. And then when he sees her as the part, he's like, "Well, maybe I should be in the play." And like all his morals get put aside
I forgot
because
about
he
that.
just wants to play her lover in this play. Like that's not okay. And then just the fact that I feel like even he was questioning Fanny too. Like when Fanny did not want to marry Mr. Crawford,
Oh, I
even
forgot
he
about
was like,
that.
"Why don't you want to do that, Fanny?" Like it was just like giving her such a hard time. Even him,
Even,
who
wait,
of all the characters, obviously understood her the best,
was it,
loved her the most.
did she get engaged to the guy because of the uncle or because of him?
Okay, say that again.
Did she get engaged to, the guy from Jurassic Park 3 because of
Mr. Crawford, pterodactyl.
because of the uncle or because of him? Was
Okay, so
I don't remember. I think it was both, kind
in
of.
this version of it, because I don't know if this is true of all the versions or not. The uncle sends her back to Portsmouth to be with her family, basically as a punishment in air quotes, because she would not accept Mr. Crawford's proposal.
Oh, that's right.
And he's like, well, maybe you need, I guess because their family's in poverty, like he's going to give her a taste of poverty and maybe she'll change her mind or whatever.
Mm.
But then while she's there, he comes and like that surprise thing with the doves.
Good morning, my darling.
Yeah, okay, not that part, but yeah, and then he's there and he's like paying her a bunch of attention or whatever. And then she does actually tell him that she'll marry him there.
Oh.
Uh, but then like she wakes up the next day and is like completely regretting it and breaks it off.
Wouldn't you?
It doesn't feel right. Well, yeah, although
I wouldn't agree to marry him, but
Yeah, I think why she agreed to marry him. I mean, he was like very charming there, and then
Charming
maybe
in air
she's like,
quotes.
well, maybe I was wrong. But then also, like, she sees how poor her family is, and then the mom like pulls her aside, I think.
Oh, that's right, because she
And
says that
is
she
like,
married for
there's
love.
no shame. Yeah, there's no shame in wealth. And she's like, just remember, I married for love. So then I think that kind of scares her a little.
Oh.
But then the next day she wakes up and regrets it and breaks it off.
To quote,
But,
to quote Kronk, yeah, it's all coming together.
yeah, anyways, that was a long tangent. But I just, yeah, I feel like Edmund tries to be this very moral character, but then ends up abandoning a lot of the things that he thought or that he believed in air quotes because of his blind attraction
No,
to
I guess,
Mary
yeah.
Crawford, and it's just really aggravating. Like it's really aggravating.
So,
So,
that was your number 8, right?
yep.
So mine was Captain Wentworth, just because I don't remember a lot about him. And I think it's
Yeah,
fair to say that past 8, we're going to the slimy boy category.
we are. Except, yeah, you'll be surprised about my number 9. I think
Okay, tell me your number 9.
it's Mr. Collins.
I don't blame you. He's pretty close on mine.
Yeah, and it's because when I look at the other people that are left,
Yeah, no, yeah. It's,
Mr. Collins is annoying.
yes.
Okay, like he's pretentious, but he's not like out trying to seduce women.
Yeah.
He's respectable, in that sense of a gentleman. He comes to the Bennett house trying to right a wrong in his mind that he'll marry one of the daughters that was going to get disinherited and that would help out the family.
Yeah.
So in his mind he's doing right, I feel like, and just going about it in an awful way, and it's completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
But like he's not willfully trying to deceive anyone. So he's got to come next, like above all the other people there, unfortunately.
No, I was the same way.
Collins is 9.
He's below someone else, and like you said, I just did it in a blind. Like I was just trying to think of, which the guy I have still does something slimy, but like,
Do you have Churchill as
yes,
number 9?
yeah,
Yeah, I figured.
yeah.
Katie.
It's a Katie problem.
Katie. Churchill's at number 10 for me,
Yeah,
so I
it's so
can't say too
crazy
much.
because we keep our like almost like our one off almost.
Yeah.
That's
I was
crazy.
expecting ours to be a little bit more different, except towards the end. I feel
Yeah,
like the guys that we have at the end are all,
yeah.
you know, towards the end.
No,
But
mine just had I had Churchill. I I can't. I mean, maybe it's my character flaw. Like I said, I like funny extroverts. Is usually
yeah,
my thing.
he's a much more fun
Like,
character,
even
even though he's
though,
a scoundrel.
yeah, like if I was in Jane's place, that would be like really terrible. Like for
Yeah.
what he did to her, to try to like,
Yeah.
yeah, like that would be hard. Cause he kind of didn't just do that to Jane. He did that to Emma, and Emma thought she loved him.
Yeah.
But he does come to his senses in the end, I guess would be the word. Like,
Yeah,
you know
and
what
I
I
think
mean?
for me, like, again, he wasn't out having affairs with
Yeah.
people. Like,
I mean, he didn't act on it. Act on it, I guess.
yeah,
It shows it
yeah,
more in the
but
movie. Like, I think the BBC one, like, he's laying on her lap and stuff, which I don't think that happens in other
yeah,
versions. But,
yeah. But he's just kind of a scoundrel, but compared to the other scoundrels, not as bad of a
yeah.
scoundrel. And like you said, the way that he treats Jane is awful.
Yeah.
And then he's used everyone badly, but then somehow, because of his personality, everyone's delighted to forgive
Yeah.
him. In the words of Mr. Knightley, very aggravating.
But
Very aggravating.
it is, like, because it, yeah, I mean, kind of spoiler for mine. Mine was Mr. Collins after, and I'm not trying to go ahead of you, but
No, you'd already said that, so you're good. You're
it
good.
is kind of one of those things where they definitely, like, compared to the other guys, they look like almost, I don't want to say it in a way, they look like saints almost in a way compared to the other guys. Like, literally, like, I was like, because I didn't even second guess, like, Collins and Mr. Churchill, I was like, they're definitely like the mid tier, like, before.
Yeah.
But they just aren't, they don't do terrible, like, actually, like, physically hurt someone or ruin someone's life or, um, like, I don't, I guess what you said the same about Collins would be that he, even though he was very pretentious and obsessed with Lady Catherine and Rosings, and he thought he was better, like, than, like, whatever. But they did do it because it was like they thought they were being good people, not because they were actually trying to be terrible people. I'm not sure.
Although for Churchill,
No,
he was definitely on purpose
but
doing stuff.
But in the end,
it's not as bad as
he comes to his senses compared to the other guys.
No, the person that he was waiting on dying died. His aunt died. So he got his money. He could marry whoever he wanted.
Oh, that's right, because he couldn't marry Jane because of the aunt.
Yeah.
Well, he came to his senses.
It worked out very convenient.
I don't know. Maybe there was some poison involved. The old goat can't live forever. Ichabod.
That's where I
All right.
Anyways,
sorry.
Now we're on to Scum of the Earth tier.
Yeah.
The last 6.
So who was your number 10?
Oh, my 10 was Churchill.
Churchill?
So now we're moving on to like 11 through 16.
Okay.
So, in my opinion, this is where it gets Scum of the Earth.
Yes,
completely.
I agree.
Although, well, yeah. So number 11 is Elton for me.
Oh my gosh.
Is it for you too? Yeah. So he's a fortune hunter. He's puffed up. He's obnoxious. But he's not he's kind of morally better somehow than all the other ones. Like, again, he's not out trying to get women pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, he's not out hurting someone. Like, he's not gambling and losing all his money. He's just a fortune hunter, and he's very puffed up.
Yes.
About himself. And obnoxious. But
I could care less if Miss Smith lives or dies.
How dare he?
Isn't that what he says?
Yeah, no, that's what he says. Yeah. But yeah, and then number 12, you said 11 was Elton.
Oh yeah.
Too, right?
Yeah.
Number 12, and again, this could change. I put Mr. Elliot at number 12. Just like we said, we haven't seen really Persuasion that many times, and I've only seen one version of it. But okay, again, it's a cousin. It's a first cousin.
Yeah.
But putting that aside, he's a fortune hunter. If I'm remembering correctly, he wanted to maintain his inheritance because I think he was set to inherit the estate since they had all daughters or something like that. And if the dad was getting ready to possibly remarry, I think he got scared that he was going to lose an inheritance, and so he's trying to pursue Anne. I could be completely wrong. I think that that's kind of like the gist. And then just he's sleazy and scheming, too. I would say in that aspect. So that's why I put him there at 12, but
mine was, he's lower on my list because I don't remember that, like I said. So
yeah, he was hard to place. Yeah. So if I rewatched it, maybe the ranking would be different.
Yeah. Mine was Mr. Crawford.
Maybe. Watching Austin. What? Mr. Crawford?
For one of the lower ones?
He's up high on that low list.
Maybe
he's my last pick.
Really?
Like, he's the last guy on the list.
Okay, now I'm surprised.
Okay, and maybe it's because I was thinking about it, okay? Should I go on my rant?
I definitely don't like him. Like, but my thing is...
Yeah,
okay.
Explain.
So, like I said, compared to the other people, like, I didn't remember Mr. Elliot, so he was lower, but my thing is, he's kind of on, and like I said, I'm not trying to spoil my list, but he's on the same level as John Thorpe. They just wanted money. They thought they were going to get married to the girl with money. And then it's kind of like they get... Go ahead.
Okay. So, the deal with Crawford for me. Okay, he's scheming. He's very immoral.
Yeah.
He's got his modern, in air quotes, sensibilities, okay? But he's been flirting with Mariah, who was engaged to be married to another dude, okay, in the play. He's
Yeah.
flirting with her the whole time, okay? Then she goes and gets married and leaves or whatever. But then I feel like, am I wrong? Doesn't he start his interest in Fanny to make Mariah jealous?
I don't know. I thought
To
he
some
was a
extent.
fortune hunter.
Well, I know they like money, but like Fanny,
Oh, that's
I'm
right. It
trying
was
to
Mr.
remember. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but like Fanny wouldn't have. I mean, I'm sure that the uncle would do something for in their marriage,
Yeah.
but like I don't think she'd have the same amount as his actual daughters. And there was the other daughter left. I think her name was Julia.
I thought that for sure he thought that she was getting money. That was why.
Maybe he does. Maybe I'm wrong. But then the fact that she tells him that she doesn't trust his character or whatever, and
Yeah.
obviously she has good reason not to.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, at least in this version of Mansfield Park. Maybe it's different in other versions that I just don't remember. But then he goes back and like tries to be like this really good seeming person, and he's like, I'll wait however long it takes to prove myself to you. Okay. And then literally the brother Tom has his accident, illness, or whatever, and he goes over there, and literally then he goes and sleeps with Mariah, who's married
Yeah.
to another dude at this point.
I'm just
Like,
surprised, like, compared to the other guys.
I don't know.
I'm
Like,
surprised
to me,
you put him at bottom. Like, that's slimy, but
like,
I
don't know.
forgot that Lord Grantham is the doting
Yeah.
guy, Mariah's husband.
Rushworth, I think. Rushworth. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there was another reason I put him at the bottom. But to me, I think, I don't know. It was between him and Wickham at the bottom,
Wow.
and Willoughby.
Okay.
And Willoughby.
I was.
They're my bottom.
Yeah.
They're my bottom three.
So
We're
who?
kind of doing this way out of order.
Sorry.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to place them, but I feel like there was another reason that I can't remember why I put Mr. Crawford like the lowest to me.
So who was your? You say who your 11 was?
Okay, how'd we get off? Okay, so Elton was 11.
Okay.
12 was Mr. Elliot.
Okay. There you go. Because I think it was right. Yeah. Wait. No.
And then what did you put as your 12?
I put John Thorpe as 12.
Okay. So John Thorpe is my 13.
Okay. Because
Now,
I feel like
he's
John. Go ahead. You can go first. Because I feel like we should both. Because we're both kind of similar on the list here. We can have a discussion about it.
Obviously, he's a fortune hunter.
Yeah.
But the reason he ranks lower than Elton and Mr. Elliot is because he's. Well, I guess Mr. Elliot would have lied too. But, like, he's pushy. He's a liar.
Yep.
Like, he's lying about her fortune to make himself look better. Like, even the amount that he thinks she's gonna get. Like, I think he tells the other guy, like, even bigger amount.
He gets, he's the reason why Catherine essentially gets to the situation that she's in.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's in the book.
Yeah, it's the same in the book, too, I'm pretty sure. And then the fact that he would not stop the carriage.
Oh, no, I agree.
Begging him to stop. That is awful.
I was thinking about your brother.
Oh, behavior. Not okay. Not okay. If I was Catherine, I would have jumped the heck off that thing.
Be strong, little Mr. Tinley.
Get me out. Anyways, yeah. But, again, he's a creep, but, like, he wasn't, like, to the level of Willoughby, Wickham, and Mr. Crawford.
To me, though, him and Mr. Crawford kind of tied.
Okay, wait, that's where we got off, because you put Mr. Crawford was your 13, right?
Mr. Crawford, yes. Yes, I think so.
I love how we're passionately arguing about like
Yeah.
the worst three,
Okay,
the
I
worst
feel like
three
they're
or four
fun.
guys.
I feel like they're fun to talk about cuz I mean, I feel like we have more to say because like Emily and I have always said that like Mr. Knightley and Mr. Telney are our favorites. So I mean, it's not
Yeah,
necessarily have a ton to talk about with that, but I think it's interesting talking about the guys that we don't like. Like
yeah.
in a
We've
way,
never
we
ranked
never ranked this.
scumbags
Yeah.
before.
Who is
uh,
your 12? Or excuse me, 13?
it was John Thorpe.
John
That's how
Thorpe.
we got
Okay.
off on this. Yeah,
So
Crawford. And then why don't you go ahead since I feel like I've been talking a lot and go through your reasoning for 14, 15, and 16.
So I only have Mr. Elliot near the bottom because I didn't remember him, and he didn't deserve. I knew he didn't deserve the bottom because I'm like I don't remember
Yeah.
him, but I don't think he did anything too bad. So
So was he
mine,
your 14 then?
yeah, and then mine was Wickham and Willoughby was at the bottom.
Okay.
S
I put. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say because for Wickham, I mean, the whole thing with Lydia was terrible, and then he like messed around with Lizzie, made Lizzie think that she liked him. Then ran off of Lydia, and then Mr. Darcy essentially has to go take care of him and pay them to get
Hmm.
married, pay him to get married.
Yeah.
So he kind of already within the, and you can correct me here, you know more about the history, within the Regency era, like that would have been terrible for them to have been run off together and not been married.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for him, for Mr. Darcy to have to pay him to get married, kind of thing, and then didn't he have
Yeah.
to settle his debts too or something?
Yeah.
Like that's really
Well, okay,
terrible.
so he settled most of them, I think, and then I think her uncle settled some of
Yeah,
them.
like just to do
Um,
that to your
but the
family,
uncle got more credit than what he actually did because of yeah.
just
But
to do that to your family, like to someone's family, that was
yeah.
terrible. And then Willoughby, of course, is very low because of unless, like I said, this could be. I don't know if it was just the movie. He did get Colonel Brandon, the girl that Colonel Brandon liked, pregnant, right, and had a
Yeah,
baby out of
that's
wedlock.
true. Yeah.
So, like
Yeah.
to me, that's like that is very low because that's like you ruined someone's life, and that still, like I
Yeah.
said, during that time, that would have been terrible as a woman, like to
Yeah.
have gone through that, and then it's like you essentially weren't gonna get married at all, probably to a good guy within the
Yeah.
class system. So I feel like that's why he was at the last place for me.
Yeah. Um my last four, I had Willoughby at 14, Wickham 15, Mr. Crawford at 16. You might be changing my mind about Mr. Crawford, or there's just something that I had a different reason for putting him low
Mm-hmm.
and I forgot. Um, but as I wrote it, I had Willoughby at 14. I mean, obviously, all three of these men are really awful.
Yeah.
Three, four, like they're awful. Um, trying to think. So for Willoughby, he's toying with women, right? He gets
Yeah.
Colonel Brandon charged pregnant, has sex with her, leaves her, and then leads Marianne on, only to dump her for a rich girl.
Yeah.
And then he had the gall in that version to try to come back and try to explain. Like, no, no, we don't feel sorry for you. Leave this house.
We love the sword fight. The fencing sword fight.
Okay, hold on. I heard someone talking about that. I think that sword fight, this is a tangent,
Oh no.
between him and Colonel Brandon, I don't know why. I always thought it was over Marianne. I think it was over his charge.
Oh.
Because he would have been his charge protector, and Willoughby came in while he was gone, did that.
Oh, so it was sorry, I got mixed up. I said it was the girl Colonel Brandon liked. It was the girl, right, that he was taking care
Oh,
of.
I'm sorry. So the Colonel Brandon's first love, when he came back,
Yeah.
I don't remember if she had been married to someone else or if she was like a I don't think she was a prostitute. I don't know. Somehow she had this girl.
Okay, yeah, okay. That's
And
what I meant. No,
he,
I forgot
and
that.
very quickly passed away.
Yeah.
Like she was very sick. And so he takes on the girl as his charge, and the
Okay.
girl that's his charge is the one that Wickham gets pregnant.
Willoughby, yeah.
I'm sorry, Willoughby. Yeah, I said Wickham. Well,
they're interchangeable.
Yeah, but yeah, so I think the sword fight was actually about what he did to his charge, the girl that he got impregnated.
Interesting.
And that's what that was all over, was because, so Colonel Brandon, I mean, that would have been her only protector.
Yeah.
Person. So it was kind of like, I think, but I don't know why I always thought it was about Marianne.
I always thought it was Marianne.
Someone else brought that up that I was listening to, and I'm like, that makes a lot more sense to me.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
That does, because that was not in the book, I don't think, right?
No, I don't think that was not in the book. I can say with 98% confidence it was not in the book. But, yeah. And then Wickham, I ranked him lower because he, I feel like, was a lot more conniving than Willoughby. I mean, so Wickham, he's sleazy, he's gambling, losing money, scumbag, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, then he tries to seduce Georgiana and get her to run away with him so that he can get her money.
Yeah.
Okay, but then that doesn't work because Darcy comes back early, puts a stop to it. Okay. Then, after that, he runs off. Okay. And he's telling his sob stories. He has the gall. After he did all that, to try to tell stories about Darcy being this awful person and so mistreated, okay? Then, after he runs away with Lydia, Darcy pays him to marry her. The fact that this dude, I'm using the word gall a lot, has the gall to go back to that girl's family and pretend like nothing bad happened. He's just the best son-in-law. Like, no.
Mrs.
Like, that
Bennet didn't help.
The fact that he could even do that. Like, that he could even show his face after all that and pretend like everything was fine is actually awful. Oh. Anyways, and then my last was Mr. Crawford, which we already talked about.
Yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm sure he would have done this. Maybe he had done it with other women. I don't know. But Mariah was encouraging him.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like Mariah knew well, I don't know. How do I say this? Like, Mariah was just as much guilty.
She knew what she was doing. She knew what it was going to lead to.
And she did it.
Yeah.
Whereas Colonel Brandon's charge, at least in the movie, they paint her as a lot more naive.
Because she's supposed to be really young,
it's almost
right?
Like she's really believing that he's going to come back, he's going to marry her. And it almost, to me, it almost makes it worse that it is worse, that he would do that to her.
Because she does say that she wants him to see the baby, because then she's like, well, maybe he'll come back, kind of thing.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, which is... I think Mr. Crawford, I can't put him at the end anymore. Maybe he would be at, like, 14.
I think...
And then Willoughby at 15, Wickham at 16.
I think if you think about it in the, like I said, in the historical context, it's a lot worse than when you, like, you compared. Like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It was very ungentlemanly.
Yes.
Extremely.
But, yeah, there we go.
Yep.
We have ranked them.
It was definitely interesting.
We were actually pretty similar, other than I think Bingley.
I think Bingley threw off, like, the main thing. And then we I think the Crawford one threw off the lower dudes.
Yeah, a little bit. But
yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, wait, go ahead. Yeah. You have something else to add?
I think we should rank the movies, too, because here's the other thing that I found kind of interesting. If I were to rank the movies as a whole on how much I like them versus just, like, the characters in them, my ranking would be different. Like, as far as, like, the movies.
Yeah.
Themselves. versus the characters. Well, maybe not that much different. But yeah, anyways, maybe we should rank the movies too. Who
Okay.
knows? But,
Sandwiches
yeah, that was
included.
fun. That'll have to be a separate rant.
We'll have to do a hot takes of Paladin about
Yeah,
that.
right. Yeah. And I have to make sure I have my facts straight on that before I go
Yeah.
bad mouthing a certain someone.
uh,
Okay.
uh,
Good times.
all right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you.